model of communication proposed by Frank Duns is a model that describes communication as a dynamic evolving process. Unlike linear models, it depicts communication as a continuous spiral of growth.
Features: helical shapes. The model is represented as a helix, symbolizing the ongoing spiritual nature of communication. Evolutionary process. It emphasizes that communication improves and becomes more complex over time. Dynamic. Communication is seen as a lifelong process where each interaction builds upon previous one.
Think of how your communication skills improve as you gain more experiences and learn from past conversations. This improvement reflects the helix expanding spiral.
Frank Duns formulated the helix model in 1967.
Duns developed this model to address the limitation of static communication models that failed to capture the evolving nature of human interaction.
The helix model was introduced in 1967 by Frank Duns, an American communication scholar.
Duns created this model to offer a more dynamic perspective on communication. He was motivated by the inadequacies of linear models that didn't account for the complexity and growth inherent in human communication.
One of the examples are the Duns's dissatisfaction with existing models' inability to represent the gradual and evolving nature of communication led him to develop this more inclusive model.
The helix model was created to address the limitations of linear and transactional models that did not adequately represent the continuous and evolving nature of communication.
Examples: the linear models might depict a conversation as a simple exchange of messages, while the helix model acknowledges that each conversation affects and is affected by past interactions.
The model aims to explain how communication develops over time and how past interaction influence present ones.
Example: if someone improves their public speaking skills over time, it's because each experience builds on previous ones, reflecting the model's notion of a growing helix.
The objections and criticism is lack of specificity. Critics argue that the helix model is too abstract and does not provide a specific guidelines for understanding communication in different contexts. The complexity. Some find the model's spiral concept overall complex and less practical compared to more straightforward linear models.
While the helix model provides a broad view of communication growth, it might not offer practical strategies for immediate communication improvements.
Next is the application in the field of study. In fields like communication studies or organizational behavior, the helix model helps us to understand how communication skills evolve and improve over time within the professional settings.
In a workplace, using the helix model can help managers recognize how employees' communication abilities develop, influencing training and development strategies.
The model is relevant in everyday life as it reflects how personal communication evolves through experiences and relationships.
One of the scenario is consider a person who becomes more adept at resolving conflicts in personal relationship over time. This improvement represents the helix spiral, showing growth and learning from past interactions.
Someone who initially struggled with public speaking might become more confident and effective over time, illustrating the continuous development depicted by the helix model.